All right, recording has started. Okay, so hi everyone. Hello, YouTube. My name is Liz McKernan. I'm with WPEC. Every once in a while, they let me come on board, but you probably see a very familiar face here, Mike Magnoli, affectionately known as Mags. So if I do make that slip, my apologies, Mike, because I know you are a professional, but that's why
The
we.
anchors call me that too. The anchors call me Mags on the set.
Okay, cool. So everyone, if I say that, now you know the context behind it. So we wanted to come on YouTube and kind of walk through one of the crime stories that came across our desk because it really stood out to us, especially how it all went down, the fact that the person was caught, who has been at least accused of this crime. So I guess first and foremost, Mike, tell me what happened. I'm going to start rolling through some of the content here that we have available.
Yeah, this is a doozy. So, according to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, this was a theft at a little gallery in Lake Worth on Lake Avenue. And the guy who owns the gallery is named Croman, Gary Croman. And this is according to PBSO, but back in August on the 10th, it's like late afternoon, this dude walks into the gallery and he's just wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Doesn't look like a guy that can spend thousands of dollars on custom art. He is captured on surveillance camera, security camera footage. Yeah, there he is. There's the dude. So this is him inside of the gallery. And he spots two pieces that catch his fancy, right? So the first one is this by Mr. Croman, by Gary Croman. This is Jerry Garcia, the Grateful Dead. And there's all kinds of psychedelic, real intricate design on this. It's a really unique
with his
piece.
Gibson guitar, I'm told. With his Gibson guitar.
With his Gibson guitar, yes.
Understanding.
And let me just refer to my notes here, Liz, because this took a lot of work and it was priced. It's an expensive piece of art because it took a lot of work. So it's $5,000. Okay. And then there was another piece of art that caught the suspect's eye. There's the suspect. Okay, here is item number 2. This is a custom skateboard, excuse me. This is a custom skateboard. And you can see there, it's got like an angel type of character hugging a skeleton. Oh yeah, that's a good view of it. And then we got this like insect at the bottom. And the skeletal.
It's a black beetle, from what I can tell. If anybody has seen The Mummy, you remember those? At least it looks like.
Oh yeah.
Art is up to interpretation, so it could be a completely different type of bug. But what I get from it is that sort of black beetle, which does have a couple of spiritual meanings, to my understanding.
Yeah, and it was in Aladdin too. The thing that they put together in Aladdin, those two pieces, right? The beetle is like important in that too. So maybe that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. And I did a little bit of research. I know it's kind of unconventional, but this is according to your spiritual insider, because I wanted to make sure we were at least trying to cover our bases on the interpretation of this. With the black beetle specifically, the spiritual meaning can mean anything from transformation to resilience, persistence, strength, renewal, growth. You guys can kind of see probably the pattern here: protection, endurance, certainly. There's just a bunch of different meanings. So of course you take from it what you do, because that's what art's supposed to do. It's supposed to evoke something within you, which for me, I don't know. What does evoke in you, Mike? I'm curious.
I got to think about this.
Okay.
But it's really cool. And I like all kinds of art, like anything that's creative, like I can get on board with it. I don't know that I would put it on my wall. I don't know that my wife would let me put it on my wall, but regardless, it's pretty cool. And he had it priced at $1,200.
Okay. So $1,200 for this one. The other one was a lot more pricier, which I have a better image too than what we had on the website here. So let me share that so you guys.
Jerry, we're going back to Jerry.
Yeah, just real quick, so people have like the better look. That's a little bit more, and you can see a little bit more detail than what you could on our website. Walking through that, because I would just want to make sure people could see it.
So this is Jerry. This is
Jerry. Way more expensive, obviously, but it appears that it might have taken a lot more time to put this together than perhaps what we were looking at before.
Both of them are great pieces.
Definitely.
Well, the dude in the shorts and the t-shirt, guess didn't have that kind of money. So, according to the sheriff's office, he came up with a scheme to modify the prices. Not very sophisticated, but he finds an item that's priced at $22 and he puts that sticker on Jerry. So he takes off Jerry's price tag and he puts the one for $22 on Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. There's our suspect.
Mm-hmm.
And then he finds something else in the gallery that's priced at $35, peels that off, and he puts that on the skateboard. So now he has his two pieces of art and he's going to go up to the counter and he's going to check out. Liz, apparently the employee at the counter is new, doesn't really know the value of the art. And so the employee is like, okay, here you go.
Oh, no.
Pays for the two pieces, $35, $22, and leaves the gallery with Jerry and the skateboard.
So that's probably where the theft comes in, right? It's not as if he just like walked in and took it and just left. The theft was the swapping of the price tags to make it that much cheaper. So the theft was all of that money that it was worth now thrown out the window because he put the cheaper price tags on it and then just pretty much practically walked out with it, given the fact that it was really expensive.
Yeah, he did this switcheroo with the price tags, and this employee didn't catch on, didn't know the value of the art, so off he goes with the art. But they had that footage from the surveillance camera. Mm-hmm. So the sheriff's office released it to the public and is like, hey, does anybody out there know this guy? Because there's this local artist and he's pretty ticked off because he put a lot of work and creativity into these two pieces.
Right.
And this knucklehead walked right out with it after doing the price tag swap. So I guess it took a couple of weeks.
There is good news. Sorry to interrupt. There is good news, though.
Go on.
Did they catch this guy?
Yeah, they caught this guy. Big time. They caught this guy. Someone out there recognized him. And apparently the sheriff's office got the tip that they were looking for. So the dude's name here, I got to refer to my notes. Drennen. His name is Robert Drennen. Okay. And the sheriff's office gets a search warrant. They go to his home. They find the art. So they arrest him. And he is charged with grand theft larceny. There's his mugshot on our website. Mm-hmm. Bond is at $5,000.
So about just right around the price of the amount that he stole.
That's right. A little bit less, but ballpark.
And obviously looking at this here, the sheriff's office was pretty proud of this particular bus taking a photo like this. How often are they showing off this kind of a bust?
Yeah, this is quite an image. You've got two, I'm not sure if those are detectives or deputies, but they're with PBSO, and they've got the art that they recovered, and they're standing in front of the emblem of the sheriff's office, the badge there. So they cracked the case. They were able to track down this thief, and allegedly, we ought to put allegedly in there, right?
Of course, right.
But they arrested him, and they recovered the art.
Interesting. I also did a little bit of research, obviously, to find the artiste, as we shall say, who it sounds like owns the shop, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Right. His name is Croman, and the gallery's name is the Croman Gallery. So, it might be one of these places where other artists can also display their work there, but he displays his own original work there too.
Okay, that makes sense. So I pulled up because he was obviously very happy about the bust, if you will, of the alleged person who took the artwork. And so I brought up his Facebook page. It's probably a little bit small, but I'll read it out. He said, thanks to Detective Phipps, shared posts, an unnamed undercover officer, and the PBSO, the man who stole that art was apprehended and recovered. Outstanding work. He's obviously giving credit to PBSO, mentioning them. And he thought he would never see these pieces again. So the fact that he has them back must feel incredible, especially knowing how much time and effort it likely took to put these two pieces together.
Any creative person that spends any amount of time making something. I mean, you can just imagine what he must have felt, the loss and the frustration. These are your pieces of art are like your babies, right? And then this knucklehead just like pulls this fast one and walks away with them. So yeah, I can definitely understand why he would be upset, and I'm pleased that he was able to recover the art, that the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office was able to give it back. And it was like just about a month, because the incident happened on August 10th.
Mm-hmm.
So about a month.
Yeah, that's pretty quick considering some people don't ever get any sort of repose to what happens when it comes to crime. So it's very much a success story in this case.
For sure.
Yeah.
And an interesting one, an interesting Florida story, right?
But, hey, we get the Florida men's story, I think, all the time, given that we're based out of Florida. So that makes a lot of sense. And obviously, this gentleman, the suspect who is accused of this crime, has to go through the justice system. So, of course, everyone who is accused is presumed innocent, of course, until the courts find them, of course, guilty. So we want to make sure that we're specific about that and let everybody
Absolutely know. The burden of proof is on the prosecution. It always is. That's it.
Well, Mike, this has been awesome. I look forward to doing a couple more of these with you. And please, everyone, leave your comments down below. We'll see if we can answer any questions, of course, if you have them. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Thanks, Mike.